Hey, friends and neighbors. Welcome to take 2 of the ride home. The Great Commute. Because of where I work, I can't put the camera on until I'm away from work. So I have to ride a bit and then pull off and put the camera on the helmet. It's not just about filming, it's about having the camera on. So the last time I tried this, my camera was dead in my bag because I have this issue with the GoPro. I've described it before, where it stays turned on after it charges. It's off, but it's on, and the battery drains. It's really weird. I blame the media mod, because when it happens, I have to do like a hard reset sometimes to get it to even accept a charge, and unless I just disconnect the media mod and charge directly to the phone instead of through the media mod. It's really annoying. I'm not sure if that behavior has changed in the newer GoPros, but this will probably be my last GoPro. There's just been too many times where that kind of shit happens. Yeah, anyway, not to down on GoPro. It is a beautiful evening here in Western Washington State. It's probably about 5 o'clock. Well, I can tell what time it is. I have the technology now. Yeah, it's about 5 to 5 p.m. here on October. Holy cow, what is it? The 29th? Yeah, 29th. Almost Halloween. Almost time for the time change. And this is one of my favorite little rides home. It's nothing fancy, but it beats some of the other ways home. Nice little, this is called Big Valley Road, and it runs between Highway 3 and I guess it's called Bond Road, which I want to say is 307. Anyway, it's a nice ride. I wish the sun was out a little bit more. It just went behind a cloud. These trees are really beautiful in the sun. You probably saw a glimmer of it before the sun went behind that cloud. So I haven't been able to ride much to and from work this year, and it's amazing to me the way my attitude is so much different on the days I can ride. I feel so much more positive. The ride to work, you know, it's still going to work, but at least I'm riding, you know what I mean? And then all day long, I have in the back of my mind, I get to ride my motorcycle. I get to ride my motorcycle. And it really lifts my spirits all day. I was telling my wife this morning, like, hey, I got to ride today, and it was early on, and just my mood, my whole outlook on the day is better on the days I get to ride. And unfortunately, we're getting to the point of the year where the mornings are going to be a little sketchy for me to ride because of the likelihood of frost. It doesn't get super cold here usually, but when it's down in the 30s, where I work, there's certain areas that they just get really icy. Whether it's below freezing or not, when I ride, you know, we live near the water, and certain areas near the water, it gets colder than than you think it is, and it can freeze on the road. And then certain parts of my ride at work to get to my building in the wintertime, they never get sunlight, so you get this water buildup, you know, just from condensation, the dew in the morning, and then the dew freezes and it stays frozen, and then it stays wet even though it melts. And then some days it never unmelts, and then more dew comes that night, and it just freezes and freezes. Even though you don't get snow, it can be really treacherous, even for cars. There's a lot of accidents on this one little section because it's just a little bit uphill, and people around here, if you don't have the winter tires, like the studded tires, that ice is just, it gets you unexpectedly, and off they go through the fence or whatever. And yeah, it's just not a fun, not something I want to try to do on the bike. That's one thing I don't like to ride on, is snow and ice. I mean, if you've seen my video from a couple years ago, I just posted it this year, but the footage was from a couple years ago, the South Dakota trip where we went over Beartooth Pass, and oh my goodness, I was I was nervous. You could hear it in my voice as we were starting to cross into some of the slush and the snow across the road, and even ice. And unfortunately didn't get to film the whole trip because my battery died. But yeah, that's just not my cup of tea. Some people can do it. Some people don't mind riding across, you know, snowy patches in the mountains and stuff too, when they're just out when they're out exploring. But that's just not my thing. If I'm with somebody, it's different, but when I'm by myself, no way. And especially not on pavement, trying to get to work, you know. I just don't need that. I don't need to be falling and hurting myself just trying to get to the office, you know. So anyway, enough of that too. Hey, I wanted to give a shout out to a channel that I just found the other day. And I really like his content. I've watched probably, he's got a couple years worth of videos, and under 1,000 subscribers still, which I can't believe, because he's just got this camera presence. He's really enjoyable to watch. He's funny. He's laughing. And you know, he and his friends have done this content where they basically just flip a coin to decide where they're going for the day. The channel is called, oh boy, I'm going to forget it. Oh shit, I already forgot it. It's well, I'll put a link to it. It's like Lost Show, Lost Riding Show. I don't know, but I'll put I'm sorry, dude. I'll put a link to it in the description. I'll put the name in text here as well, and a card or whatever at the top corner. I'll probably do a voiceover here. Insert voiceover.
Getting Lost Show.
And voiceover done. That's where I'll put the name of this show. Sorry, dude. Yeah, just really enjoyable. Good attitude. Laughing at himself, laughing at the situations he finds himself in, and yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out because just seems like he's out there having fun on his bike. He's got a KTM 690 and recently came through my neck of the woods here in Pacific Northwest. I think he's from Canada, up there in British Columbia, I think, but seems like he's been all over the place based on the other places I've seen his videos in. So much more for me to watch, but yeah, check him out. That was a long-winded way to plug somebody else's channel, but Yeah, if you haven't checked them out, check them out. As you can see, we're on the Triumph again today. I haven't ridden the DR since I got back from my trip. I need to do some work on it. I haven't had time to dig into it. I really want to do the valve checks and stuff, and I changed the oil, and that looked okay. But yeah, I just really want to do the valve checks and check a couple things off. I really need to change the chain and the sprockets. They're due. I almost did that before the trip, but they still looked good. I mean, I've got 27,000 or something miles on the thing now, and the chain and the original chain and sprockets still look good. I mean, yeah, they're worn, but not to the point where I'd be like, oh shit, you better change those. When I compared the sprockets to the new sprockets, they look, you know, other than, you know, you could tell they've been used, but they're not like, they're not hooked, they're not dangerously thin, they're not worn to nubbins or anything. So why would I introduce that little bit of uncertainty to my trip by changing that stuff when I didn't have very much time to do it? I elected not to, and it was fine. So, but I'll do those this winter. Get that done. I've got everything I need. I just, other than I haven't had time to do it. I really haven't had the gumption to do it at this point. So, when I've had free time, I've been out trying to put some miles on the Triumph here and just having fun. So, damn, I can't believe I can't remember the name of that channel. I searched for it today and I was like, oh, I got it right. I'll find it. I think the guy's name is Jeff, and he just, yeah, I just really I appreciate his attitude and his sense of humor. And sense of adventure, something that I've lacked recently. So I don't normally come this way on the way home. That way that I came there, you know, just to have something different to ride on. It spills out onto this road, and this right now, after that intersection back there, is 104. This goes into Kingston, Washington, where the ferry is to Edmonds. And up here there's a fairly major intersection before you get to Kingston, and this intersection during commute times sucks. There's a lot of residences up to the north in Hansville, so people turning left here, there's usually a lot of people turning left. You can see them up there. It's not too bad right now because it's a little bit later, but the you know, I'd say between 3 and 4, you got the school back here that I just passed, parents coming and going. This intersection, the left turn lane isn't long enough for the volume of people, so they back up onto this part and nobody can get up to go straight or right, and it just becomes a hot mess. It's just poorly designed. Probably, you know, it's old, before there was a lot of traffic going that way. I don't know, that's all I can think of. But see, that left turn lane, you could maybe get, you know, 15-20 cars there, but when there's 50 cars waiting, everybody else suffers and they can't come through and go straight. So something I need to find out, guys, is I need to find some good third-party accessories, not OEM accessories for the Triumph. And what I mean is luggage racks. I've been looking at a lot. There's a lot, you know. It's kind of I think you're paying a premium because you're gonna pay a premium. It's freaking motorcycle stuff, but the good-looking stuff that I'm hoping is functional it's expensive, but I can't find reviews. Like I don't know where to find reviews. Like it seems like YouTube, I don't find current reviews. It's all dated, and maybe one or two recent, but because this, you know, it's not like the DR650 where I go on and there's people making stuff all the time. There's people making stuff for Bonnevilles all the time, but it seems like a lot of it's like kind of artsy, because they are beautiful works of art bikes, I think, but like there's not much current gear reviews, or I'm just not looking in the right place, or they're just not coming up in my search. So what I'm looking for is some saddlebags, but I want the kind, you know, I want something that goes on a rack. I don't want to just hang it over the bag, so I need a rack as well. The saddlebag rails or rack or whatever you want to call it. Some of the bags I've seen they're beautiful bags, but like they buckle, and the buckle sits on the metal of the bike. I mean, that seems like it would be bad, right? I mean, I don't want metal on metal. You know, it's the buckle of the strap just like resting on the frame, or you know, even on the frame of the bike itself, or on the frame of the saddlebag rail. That seems counterintuitive to me. So yeah, if you guys know of any or have any recommendations, let me know. A couple of the ones I'm looking at, I like Viking bags. They make some good looking stuff, and it's not that expensive, but it's also not quite what I want. There's other ones. I think it's called Long Ride. It's not Lone Rider, it's Long Ride. And then there's another one that I just found, and it seems like just an independent guy doing it on his own. And those look really good too, but man, those kind of pricey. They're like the oiled or wax canvas. They're beautiful bags. There's some leather ones too that, you know, obviously they're going to be expensive as heck, but I don't want anything huge, but I want like the saddlebags, and I want like a tail bag. I've got this I've got the OEM Triumph top case. It's the commuter top case, which is nice, but it kind of, I feel like it robs from the style of the bike. It's not ugly, it's just not, you know, the bike, it takes away from the retro styling of the bike. And I'm in a place where that it's functional and it does great for my ride to work. But the other thing I don't like is, like, there's other accessories to put on the bike for like passenger comfort. There's like a grab rail and stuff. I can't put that stuff on with the same rack that holds this top case. So that's something else. Like I want that tail bag option. I know I'll probably have to take the top case off, and I'll probably sell it or something. It's nice. It just doesn't jibe with the styling of the bike, if that makes sense. So hey, nice. So anyway, guys, if you have any ideas on that, let me know. We'll call it for now. coming back up here into the sun. Hopefully get a nice shot up here. If you like what you see here, hit that like button. I'm gonna try to do more of these, just commute rides, commute and talk kind of stuff, just to keep my content flowing. I really love this bike, hoping to ride it a lot more, and it'll be featured more in my channel, probably swapping between this and the DR650, so expect to see both. I'm not going to be like alternating, it's just going to be as things happen. So if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. Ooh, there's a big old bolt there, that's not good. And I don't live back here in the freaking golf course, I'm just out for a ride because that's a pretty view. You know, I don't normally give that call to action to like and subscribe, but I'll do it today, why not? And the other call to action, of course, is hey, everybody, ride safe, be good out there, have fun, but do it safely. And I will catch you guys on the next one.